Hi, everybody. This is Lisa. And, I just wanted to talk to you quickly about something that I observed over the last week. Um, if you follow me, you know that I had a listing that just went under contract. But interestingly enough, in the last little over a week, I have been contacted by four different individuals who were interested in the property, but were calling me um, without an agent. They were buyers who were interested in the property, and they were calling without an agent, and they wanted to look at the property, and they were inquiring as to whether or not we were going to be paying um, buyer's agent commission. Uh, this was an interesting, unique kind of situation for me. You might get one person calling from your sign or social media or something like that. But this was in direct relation to the news that was put out about the NAR settlement. So I just wanted to say a couple things. And what I've told all these people is that it is really important for a buyer to have an agent, unless you are a very sophisticated buyer who has done this several times, or if you have real estate agent background. In order to navigate this successfully and cleanly, it is the best thing is to have an expert in your corner who's advocating for you, negotiating for you, who understands the process, who understands, um, how to make an offer and what would be a good offer. I can't. I'm not going to share with you all the details, but there was several situations where I was cringing because people were going to get themselves into some trouble, and as a listing agent, I could, one of the scenarios that I could take is I can step out of my listing agent role and I could step into a transaction broker role, which means I would represent both the listing agent and or both my seller and my buyer. However, I would just really not be negotiating or advising on either side. Personally, this is a difficult position for me to be in because I've already been in a relationship with these people for months now. I know their situation. It's difficult for me, um, but I know it can be done. The other scenario is that I can stay as my seller's listing agent and continue to advocate for them and be responsible for them in a fiduciary response way. However, I could work with this buyer who wants to do this all on their own and treat them like a customer. And what that means is that I give them no advice. I just do what they tell me to do. And so if they want me to make an offer, I write up that offer. I have heard some agents even who are very frustrated with the same thing suggest that they're going to direct buyers who are working without an agent to go to the Dora website and download the forms and fill out the contracts on their own. I don't know if you've seen any of these contracts. These contracts are pages long of legalese. There's no way that just someone, you know, coming out of uh, you know, the blue to just to read one of these and know how to fill it out and who pays for this, who pays for that, what are the dates and deadlines for these things, uh, how you navigate through an inspection, what you should ask for, what is, what to push for. Um, if you get into a multiple offer situation, how are you as a buyer without an agent representing you? How are you going to navigate through those things? How are you going to be up there with your strong offer? I'm disturbed by the whole thing, and I've told these people that I've talked to on the phone to please bring your agent. I think it's going to be in your best interest to be represented and to have someone negotiating on your behalf and have your back. And that, we're not there yet in July. Things are, if this is all approved and moves forward, then, July seems to be the date that things are going to take effect. But if they do run into a situation where a seller is not willing to pay a buyer's agent, that there are some strategies that can be done, what your agent can do. Sellers are used to at this point, from the market we just are kind of exiting right now, are used to giving seller concessions for rate buy downs and different things. you know, um, Negotiating a seller concession that can be used to pay the buyer's agent. Um, Having that discussion is important with the listing agent, to understand where the seller sits with regards to the buyer's commission. But this does not mean that sellers don't have to pay for buyer's agents, and it does not mean that buyers don't have to use agents anymore. Colorado put into law the buyer's agency contract. I'm not sure exactly when that was, but they did that for a reason, because buyers were being taken advantage of and were getting into really unfortunate situations that, ended up having to be litigated. And that's where we're going to end up again. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you what my week has been like. It's been a very frustrating week, just because I know where this is coming from, and I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there about this situation and what this means and how to proceed forward. You know, anyway, I just wanted to vent a little to you and have you understand what's going on and what I'm seeing. I would also love to hear if anybody else, other agents, are seeing this. I do know a fellow agent of mine. Um, uh, a family member is putting their house on the market in Indiana, and they said, "Oh, we're not paying a buyer's agent." I mean, you're going to have situations where buyers aren't going to be able to look at that house because, maybe they're first time home buyers and they can't afford to cover their buyer's agent commission. Anyway, a lot to unpack here, but I just really wanted to share with you what my experience has been, and would love to talk more about it with you if you wanted. Anyway, have a good day. Happy Easter to everyone who celebrates Easter, and talk to you soon.